My name is Leisha from Doors Floors blog, where we talk about DIYs, daily adventures, and life abroad here in Peru. Come with me for a kind of a lazy day sewing. By lazy day, I mean lazy week, month, multiple weeks sewing. We're not going to finish it one day ever, but we're going to sew this dress from Mood Fabrics, free sewing pattern. We're just going to have fun. We're just going to chill. So come chill with me. I needed some lining because it's a little see-through, and I wanted to add some fluff to it. So I got some pink tulle to go underneath, and then a bunch of pink satin to go underneath. And I'm very excited. I'm going to go cut that, and then we can finally start sewing it. It's been on my sewing table over here for forever, and I haven't been able to finish it because it's only partially the fabric. Let's go. I just got to the sew the button placket part of the dress here, and I know how to do a button placket, but I don't know how to do it on a lined dress, and the instructions on Mood's website is just super not clear. And I spent 30 minutes looking on Pinterest and YouTube for tutorials. Nothing was coming up. So I asked ChatGPT to analyze the link on the website and explain it to me like I'm stupid, because apparently I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm doing. In case you're as confused as I am, everything that I just pinned here, I need to undo. To my understanding of what ChatGPT is saying, basically I'm going to take this, my outer shell, and I'm going to take this, my inner shell, and we're going to put the two together. Pretend that this is not pinned, but basically we're going to put them two together, and then you can baste the two together if you want, if it makes it easier, but you want like the pretty side out and the pretty side out, so the seams are all on the inside, and then you can pin the button placket, which I need to undo from this side, but then we can pin the button placket here. I think ChatGPT will let me copy the instructions that it wrote for me, and if it does, I will copy it and share it in the description down below so that I'm not the only one who's stuck, with the instructions that don't make sense. But I'm going to go do that, and fingers crossed that it works. don't know if I just missed a step in the sewing and I did it the wrong order, or I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But ChatGPT tells me there's only 3 ways that we can properly finish the sleeve. So it's hidden on the inside. Yeah, it says there's only 3 options since we've already finished off the neckline, which is what would have allowed us to put the sleeve in. So apparently I should have done the sleeve before I did the neckline. I didn't know that. Did you know that? I didn't know that. ChatGPT says these are your 3 options. You can pin your sleeve to your shell and then flip it to the inside and fold it under right here and hand sew it. Or you can do the same thing but top stitch it with your sewing machine, or you can bias bind it, or you can be like me and try your hardest to maneuver it. That's what I'm going to attempt to do. I'm going to attempt to maneuver it, my sewing machine, and if we have to hand sew a little bit, we'll hand sew a little bit. But here's what I've done. The outside, this is the inside. That's what I did, okay? I haven't sewn it yet, so I don't know how hard it's going to be to maneuver it, but these are my thoughts. I took this, and we went all the way to the inside. So we're on the inside. We've got all the edges, all the seams in here. And so what I'm going to do is this layer here, layer number 1 is the dress. This is the good side of the dress right here. Good side is this side. Okay, and then the sleeve is here. This is the good side on this side. So the 2 good sides are facing. And then this side is the good side of the dress, which is facing the inside of the sleeve. So the bad side of the sleeve. And then that is pinned in place. So the sleeve is essentially sandwiched in between. But the good side of the sleeve is facing the good side of the dress. And then the inside, the good side of the inside. None of that is making sense. It's too many good sides. Okay, but it's pinned in place, right? Okay, so the sleeve is sandwiched. That's the only thing that matters, is the sleeve is sandwiched and it's facing the correct way. That's what matters, okay? Here's where the funny maneuvering is going to have to happen if we do it. Basically, I'm stuck. Basically, if I want to try to do it this way, although ChatGPT disagreed with me, said we shouldn't try to do this because it's gonna be impossible. So, you know, if you're crazy and you believe you're somehow magic, you know, we can do it. We can do it. So basically I'm going to just sew right along here all the way around. The tricky part is in here. It's here that's tricky because this is where the neck is. So we're going to have to, I managed to pin it all, but I think I'm going to have to like really tug and see if I can get it just enough going this way, and then I'll tug around the other way because as you can see, it's like fully enclosed because the neckline. So yeah, basically lots of maneuvering, but that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to get it as sewn as possible, and then if I have to, I will do a little, maybe a ladder stitch or something. I will sew it, but my goal is to have it properly, fully enclosed without the stitch line on top, but that's what I'm doing. I hope that makes sense. Maybe I'll shoot a close-up instead of me just maneuvering it. And I'm going to go pin the other one. And then before you sew it, make sure you flip it this way, and if everything looks correct this way, like that looks good, and then this looks good this way, then hypothetically it should work. Hypothetically. So I'm gonna go do this and pin the other one, and if we've done that, then we're ready to hem and buttons, and we're basically done, and then we can move on to the petticoat. Okay, wish me luck, please. gosh, it worked. It worked, it worked, it worked. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It worked. Everything is perfectly sealed on the inside. Now we have to hem it. But I am very, very pleased. High fives all around. Okay.